I want to share an idea that brings everything back to something simple, reliable, and that is science. In a world full of opinions and complex systems, the scientific method gives us a way to understand what is real. It is based on observation, measurement, and repeatable results. It removes assumption and replaces it with evidence. When we look at modern systems such as technology, communication, and even economics, we find that everything ultimately depends on energy, not abstract ideas, but real, measurable energy that can be observed and quantified. Even a computer, no matter how advanced it may seem, is at its core an electrical machine. It processes signals and performs calculations, but it can only function when energy flows through it. A mobile phone, for example, operates using a battery, and that battery is fundamentally a corrosion cell. This is where things become important. Corrosion is usually seen as something negative, something that destroys metal. But in reality, it is an electrochemical process that allows us to observe how energy moves between materials and their environment. It is one of the simplest and most natural ways to study energy itself. Through corrosion, we can observe the flow of current, the movement of charge, and the transformation of matter. These are not theoretical ideas, but measurable and repeatable facts. If we want to understand systems, we must understand the energy that drives them. And to do that, we need tools that measure real activity, not just assumptions or indirect indicators. This is where the Alexander cell becomes important. The Alexander cell allows us to measure the actual energy generated by corrosion. It does not rely on theoretical balance or indirect readings. It measures current, which is the direct result of the electrochemical reaction. This allows us to move away from guessing and toward measurement. It allows us to replace assumption with observation and debate with evidence. Science must come first, and corrosion science in particular gives us a clear and practical way to understand how energy behaves in the real world. The Alexander cell allows us to see that energy, to measure it, and to learn from it. And that is where real understanding begins.